Hey Scorpio, welcome to the Esoteric Empire. My name is Tay and this is the Esoteric Empire. So we're going to go ahead and jump into your November tarot reading. So shout out to all my Scorpios. Happy birthday, you guys, for all of my November Scorpios. So for your focus this month, we have Libra, okay? So you definitely could have a Libra around you that is taking up a lot of your time this month. Or you may just be focused on your relations, how you relate to other people, and kind of your desires, your idealistic way that you want things to go. Obviously, if you have a birthday in Scorpio season in November, you would definitely want to be planning, or you're probably thinking about how you want things to go, who you want to be around you, and all of those things. So I kind of feel like that's where this is going. But let's just go ahead and jump right in. So we're starting off with November 1st through the 10th, okay? Okay, so what I'm seeing with the Three of Wands, the first thing I'm thinking is that you may have planted the wrong seeds, or you feel like you missed an opportunity. You feel like you may have made the wrong decision, or you went down the wrong path, okay? Princess of Pentacles, I kind of feel like you either feel like you were being a little greedy about something, or maybe you were just focused on the materials that you wanted in your life. And this may have been something that you're not really used to doing, or something that you don't usually try to dwell too deep into or dive too deep into. But I'm seeing the 10 of Wands. So you could have either had a time where you were struggling financially, or you were just having a lot of issues, like you needed more money, or you felt like you had to have more money so that things could go the way that you need them to go. And for whatever reason, it just seemed like you were struggling a lot with money. It's like some of you had money, but you felt like you didn't have enough money. So it was like an issue of like, what do you need versus what do you want? And then there were some people who literally just did not have the funds that they needed. And so there's a toss up there. It depends on, your situation. With the Princess of Cups here as well, I am feeling like you weren't feeling like yourself, or you were feeling a little bit less than confident. Like you were probably hiding or not being open, like you weren't really trying to talk to people because you had a lot on your mind, and you may have even felt like if you don't have this money, then you can't show up because you can't go out with your friends, or you can't spend money, so there's nothing really to do. You just got to stay at home. You know what I'm saying? You could also be really tired from work as well. Like maybe you had a lot of expenses, or you're planning on doing a lot of stuff this month, and so your focus is to really just work, and maybe you're just tired, So it's something like that. It doesn't look too bad. Let's get a little bit deeper into this. So I think you had some expenses, or you had some things that came out of the blue that you definitely were not prepared for. And it could have been like finances or something like that, or maybe people coming into your life. And they had to be fixed. Like it had to be, I don't know what the word would be. You had to deal with them. Like it was something that came out of the blue that you had to deal with, and you were not expecting it, or you forgot about it. And it's something that, was really, really important to either your well-being or your financial status. Like I'm feeling like some of you guys had some bills that you forgot about. I'm also seeing that some people were getting notifications about charges to their account that or their credit that they needed to pay and they forgot about, or it snuck up on them, something like that. And so you had to like really hustle and bustle to get to that point, and that's what you were struggling with as of the beginning of November. I'm also seeing that if whatever these expenses were, or whatever this situation was, it could have been something that once you finish paying it off or whatever, that's it. So you're kind of like, okay, let me just hurry up and get this done before my birthday, or something like that. I feel like because you were, doing all of these things, you were struggling to take care of your body. It could have been like physically, or even like weight-wise, like regimens. Like you weren't keeping up with certain things, whether it's your skin regimen, your hair regimen, getting your nails done, working out. You weren't paying attention to that, and that felt like something that caused you to not want to be around friends, or you didn't feel pretty, or even for some of you, or handsome, whatever your situation is. But I feel like this caused you to not want to go around friends, specifically for the majority of people watching this. You were kind of hiding out, because you didn't feel like it was time. Like you were just being really, really private. Really, really private. All right, let's see who's a part of the beginning of your November, if anyone. I'm feeling this energy that you, for this month, but specifically in the beginning, you're really balancing out things, like literally balancing checkbooks or something like that. Really like getting things in order. It's like you're preparing for something, which is most likely your birthday. But you know, you could be preparing for the holiday season, anything like that. We got one card, Scorpio. So it's just you. Like I said, you're kind of staying away from everyone. You're staying fixated on you and focusing on your business, because you got a lot of stuff that you're trying to make sure gets done correctly. All right. Daughter of water. Yeah, so you're being really quiet. Like I said, I keep saying the same thing. You're being kind of shy, or you're just being a recluse. You're staying very, very silent. I see you not texting back people. I see you not calling people as much as you used to, or whatever the case may be. You're really, really staying to yourself. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the middle of your November. So the middle of your November is the 11th through the 20th. Bottom of the deck, we have the World card in reverse. So again, there's unfinished business. I feel as though your world is literally upside down. Things are not how you plan them to be or how they usually are. You're having kind of like limited views on things. Like you may, not hopeless, but I kind of feel like you aren't committing to things because you don't know if it's going to work out well. You're like, I don't know if this is, like, how is this supposed to work out? It's kind of like you're doubting things. You're being a little selfish because you feel like you got to look out for yourself, because it's almost like your survival instincts are kicking in. Like your root chakra is a little unstable. That could also be because of the times that we're in. During November, especially in the beginning of November, there is a lot of planets pushing us to feel as though we need to secure things, because there's a lot of structured things that are falling. Okay, so that's going to make us feel like, okay, shoot, we need to make sure everything is correct. Things are weird. The world is crazy, hectic, chaotic. And so what we do is we try to like fix it, you know, like on an internal level. And if we're talking about chakras, it's the root chakra. Okay, so I feel like there's a big shift with that here for you specifically. Like you feel kind of like you got your stinger ready to sting if you have to, type of thing. You feel kind of backed in a corner just because of how things are going in your life currently. So I'm seeing the 5 of Wands. So you could definitely be in competition with someone, or fighting with someone, arguing with someone. Also trying to keep up. Like you don't want to be left behind, type of situation. The Hermit in reverse. You're speaking out now. So at this point in November, you are definitely speaking your truth, your mind. You're expressing yourself. You could also be a little not naggy, but you could have a lot of negative things that you're saying to people or pointing out to people, because you may not feel comfortable right now in this time. But that's for a specific few. We also have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, so I do think this has a lot to do with what I was saying with the astrological trends that are going on right now, as far as where the planets are and how a lot of structures are being brought down. And I feel like this is even causing you to just feel a little bit more snappy than usual, or combative than you usually are, for something that you can have control over, because you feel like you don't have control over a lot of things. And so this is why things are kind of, you know, turning. You're trying to find the center point, but there's things that are unbalanced within you. So naturally, it's not going to be balanced on the outside. Okay. Yeah. So you're not calm right now. You're very spicy at this point. You are, I guess it's just your defense mechanism, but it also could be that you are kind of like, you're just angry. Like you're not happy with the way things are right now. I kind of feel like you're ready for things to change, you know, and you're almost ready to leave things alone. Like walk away from situations that are not working, whether that's your relationships or, you know, people you're dealing with. I feel like you're tired of arguing. You're tired of going back and forth, and you're like, you know what, this is too much. Like I'm over it. I'm over it. But you're also losing your cool. So I want to make sure that you understand, in the middle of November, please try to, you know, keep it cute, Scorpio. Yeah, this will be a breaking moment. Whatever this argument or battling, fighting, struggle that you're having, it will be the breaking point for you. As far as, this could be good and bad. It could be the end of a relationship. But there's an ending to some structure that you're tired of putting energy into. You are going back and forth, back and forth. You're so over it. So hopefully it doesn't boil over to the point where there's like violence. But I definitely do see an ending with this, which is what I feel like you need. So you can have your peace of mind back. And so you can be chill again, So you can be cool, calm, and collected. Because there's a lot of energy here of just exploding or just wanting to move away from it. Like when you get so angry, you want to walk away. I would encourage you to do that so you don't have like this huge, situation happening. I feel like Scorpio has something to say. Now, when you express whatever you want to say, there will be a fallout. Like it will be like you yelling, or there will be a situation where there is an argument attached to it, or an ending once you express this. Yeah, you want to end it. Whatever you're struggling with, or whoever you feel like there's too many like issues with, you're going to end it. So that's what you're going to tell this person, or tell whoever or whatever you're dealing with. You're ending it within the middle of your November. You either have too much on your plate, and this is why you're like, look, I don't need all this extra shit. I already have a lot on my mind. I have a lot that I'm dealing with. You can go. I'm sacrificing you because I don't have to deal with this. Or you could also be saying you have too many options to where you don't have to put up with someone's bullshit if you don't feel the need to. So you're going to be telling whoever this person is that for sure. Okay. And you want control of the first thing I was thinking is, if you share a car with this person, you're like, I want my shit back, okay? Like, you got to go. I also feel like you are wanting control of how you see things. Like, you want to have a quick turnaround, and you want to have full control back over your life, or the direction of which your life is going. You're like, you're hindering me. I heard a song the other day, and one of the lyrics that stood out was, I liked me better before I was with you. And I feel like that's the vibe you're going for. You're like, you know what? I can do so much better without dealing with all of this shit. This could be a business situation or romantic, friendship even. It just seems like you're tired of the bullshit and you're going to cut it out. You're done with it. You're about to cut all of this out. Now let's see who you're dealing with. Specifically who you're having this argument with, or this fallout with, this ending with. Because I do think you're going to put it into it. I'm seeing a Leo here. I'm also seeing Jupiter energy, so it could also be a Pisces or a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. All right. You're showing up as the sun, so you're showing up as very fixated on what you want to happen, and you're actually very happy with expressing yourself. You're very excited to be able to express yourself and have yourself be heard. This is what you've been waiting on. You're tired of keeping all of it bottled in, and you're gonna let it be known, okay? And you're gonna be happy once this is all over with. This other person, they feel like it's growing pains, but I also feel like they feel as though once this is over, this is going to help them grow, help them, get to a new point in their life. They're kind of like, you know what, if that's what you want, that's what you want. So it kind of seems like you guys are on the same page. It's just, I guess, that time when it's time to end it all and just be done with it. And I feel like this other person is also saying like, okay, well, I can do better anyways. So I don't know what's up with that. But you guys definitely are on the same page with like, this has got to end. It's too much. It's too much to deal with. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the end of your November. So the end of your November is the 21st through the 30th. Bottom of the deck, we have Judgment in reverse. So I think you realize something after the fact. Okay, so you may have a realization about the relationship that just ended. Whether it was never love, or you felt like you wasted your time with love, or it never made you happy. You're having a realization after all of that is said and done. Once you break up with that person and end that situation, you're having realizations, okay? And it's crazy because I feel like you're seeing things crystal clear now, whereas it's like love is blind, before that. And so you're having like a better perspective of things, and you're kind of like, what the hell? Like, what was I dealing with that whole time? All right, so the first card we have is the Two of Wands in reverse. You feel a little sad about how everything went down because it probably was a very chaotic argument. And a lot of things were said that you were unaware of. I feel like both of you guys are probably really speaking your mind about how you truly felt, especially with it being Scorpio season at that time. And so now that all of that is said and done and you're moving more into the Sagittarius season at the end of November, I definitely feel that you are, you feel like you're glad that it's over with. You don't have to deal with it anymore. But you also kind of are having these like doubts, like, okay, did I make the right decision? Could we have talked about that on a better way? Could we have said things a different way? Whatever. You kind of wanted to, you wish it would have been more amicable, and you're kind of sad about how things were left off. We have the Lovers. So some of you may go right back to this person to fix things. And when I see the Lovers coming up in situations like this, it kind of reminds me of a couple that is always breaking up, getting back together, saying really mean things, and then having makeup sex right afterwards. And it can be really, really toxic. Okay, so be careful of that. Some of you are kind of, if you're not going back to them, then you're one of the people who are looking at it and you're like, you know what? Sometimes love teaches you things about yourself. And it's ugly sometimes, and you're kind of just understanding the ups and downs of connecting with other people. We also have the Princess of Swords here. So I think you're having a new mindset on how you viewed the relationship. So you've become more serious about what you expect from yourself, maybe what you expect from other people, and you're becoming just more skillful in how you observe situations. So especially if you are not going back to this person, you are becoming someone who recognizes the red flags. You're understanding what you did wrong and what they did wrong. And you're becoming more serious about what you expect from other people in your life so that you don't waste time. Now, if you were someone who was going back to this person, you are now like you're in a relationship with them, but now you're looking at everything they do, which is kind of like counterproductive to just being in love. You're looking at everything they're doing because of the things that they said to you whenever you guys had that big argument. Now you're looking at it like, oh, okay, so you're looking at them different. Like, you're looking at them to see if what they said, if it's still kind of lingering. And that can be very, very draining in a situation, especially with love. So just be careful, Scorpio. So I do think with people that are watching this video, there's like two ways to go about this. Okay, so we got some of the people who are staying very committed to the decision that they made, and there is no going back. They're like, this is the choice that I made. I'm done, period. And then we got some people who are straddling the fence. They can't decide what they want to do. They're going literally back and forth. They're trying to, juggle this person and juggle like if they're making the right decision. So it depends on which way you want to go. There are two ways. And again, with the focus being Libra, you have two options, in the situation. You can go that way or you can go this way. It just depends on what you want. And I'm seeing for the people that are going back to this person, there's an issue with trying to stay balanced. Like, they're not providing a sense of stability for you as far as maybe finances for some of you, but also just the experiences that you're having. They're all kind of coming back at one time, and you're really starting to question, is this love? But you're still trying to be around them. So it's really difficult, I think, for the people that are going back to this person. But for those of you who are pretty much done, like you're very, very set on this choice, you're looking good. You're looking, like the wise one. People are going to you for advice about their love matters now. So it really does depend on, what you're going through. Okay, so what advice should Scorpio have in regards to this love situation or this relationship? We have Ten of Pentacles. We have Temperance. So the first thing that I want to say is you need to be understanding of the experiences that you've had. And any movement that you make at this time needs to be with a sound mind. You need to be calm. I'm also seeing that you need to do this and take your time. There's no reason to rush with a decision that you make. I think you also need to think about what stability means for you, what it looks like for you, what your family means to you, and what that looks like for you, and if this person complements that or deteriorates that. And there's a sense of you needing to be grounded, and I made a whole video on that. You need to ground yourself because there's a lot that you're trying to accomplish, but the reason it's not taking off is because you're not planting seeds correctly. You're kind of just like letting it sit there but not nurturing it, forgetting that you even planted the seed, you know what I'm saying? Or you're planting seeds at the wrong season. There's all these ways of looking at it, and your advice is to take it slow. So at this point, I honestly feel as though you should not even make a decision until Sagittarius season is in full effect. Maybe that's when you'll have a better perspective of how everything is going. You have more experiences to pull from to see what decision you need to make. But as of Scorpio season, you should not be deciding, you know, if you want to go back or stay or whatever the case may be. You need to wait. Like, don't be so fixated on something, because Scorpio is a fixed sign, and so it can kind of have you in these dark places where things come to the light and you're so fixated on whatever it was that you're not really leaving room for new experiences. And that's what Sagittarius season is all about. So I would encourage you to wait until Sagittarius season to make your decisions, okay? Now, when I wanted to pull for who's a part of your the end of your November, nothing wanted to come out, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that. But let's see how you're looking at the end of November, because I think you're supposed to focus on you. Now, we have conflict and we have the Tower. So you're looking, I'm not going to lie to you, kind of distraught, like you have a lot on your mind, you have a lot of decisions to make, and a lot of foundations are being ruined because you're on your own. You have to figure out what you want to do on your own. So like I said, after that argument happens, that fallout, there will be a time where you have to sit and look at the destruction of what has already fell, okay? So the foundation is going to be broken, but that's the time when you really find your true spiritual strength, okay, as far as what experiences will lead you to your next ones, and if you make the same decisions going backwards, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're making the same mistakes, you're just going backwards, you're not moving forward. So you really need to take time to think about that, okay, Scorpio? Let's go ahead and get you a oracle card for your month of November. I think a lot of you, this is about marriage, and so you really do have to think about it on a bigger, you know, broader perspective. We have perspective. We have sacrifice here. So I do feel as though you're evaluating things that are internal. This isn't things that are on the outside. It's not about how the relationship looks. It's about the internal status and the internal foundation of this relationship. And you need to figure out for the best part of you if it is worth staying a part of. And with sacrifice being here, I do feel like to create your heaven, you have to get rid of anything that reflects hell. Okay, so with that being said, if there is all of this thinking about if this is the right decision or if you should be with them, it probably means they're not supposed to be there, because you shouldn't really have to do that much thinking when it comes to emotions. So just think about it. I do feel like if you let this go, you'll see a little bit more of a rainbow come about for you. But it is going to rain before the rainbow comes down. You understand what I'm saying? So be very mindful of that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it helps you make, you know, more clear decisions. Remember, I do think it is best for the general person watching this to make your decision finally in Sagittarius season, okay? And don't try to do it too quick, okay? Don't do it just right when everything explodes. But really think about it. Really have some time to just see what you want from yourself, and whatever happens, happens. With that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed reading for you, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.